Here's Dakota Livesay with another story from the archives of Chronicle of the Old West.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Okay, so I'm not a good actor, but it's a good thing I'm not in the Old West, because back in the Old West, an actor, whether good or bad, was just as dangerous a profession as any other. Just ask Maurice Barrymore.
Maurice Barrymore was a member of the Augustine Daly's theatrical touring company from New York. On March 18, 1879, the touring company performed to a packed Mahoney's Opera House in Marshall, Texas. Later, while some members of the troupe were eating at the local saloon and restaurant, a drunken Jim Curry came into the place, demanded a drink, and then, noticing the table of actors, made several remarks about the character of actress Ellen Cummings, who was sitting with Maurice Barrymore and Ben Porter. Maurice Barrymore, who was a champion boxer while growing up in England, stood up, took off his coat, and positioned himself for a fight. Ben Porter also stood up in protest. In response, Jim Curry pulled two pistols, immediately shooting Ben Porter in the stomach, killing him on the spot, and shooting Barrymore in the arm. Realizing he was in trouble, Maurice Barrymore ran out of the building with the cowboy right after him. A town deputy caught and arrested the cowboy. In the meantime, John Drew, the head of the troupe and the brother-in-law of Maurice Barrymore, administered first aid to Maurice. Two doctors were able to safely remove the bullet from Barrymore. Maurice was heard to say, "Save it for my baby son Lionel to cut his teeth on." Maurice Barrymore went back to New York and recovered from his wound. Initially, Jim Curry was branded as an outsider from Louisiana, and the shooting was deemed a disgrace. But a year later, Jim Curry had become an upstanding member of the community. Maurice Barrymore returned to Marshall, Texas, to testify at the trial of Jim Curry. Backed by a team of 8 lawyers, Jim Curry pleaded insanity. In only 10 minutes of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty by reason of insanity. Maurice Barrymore never returned to Texas again. In case you haven't already guessed, Maurice Barrymore was the father of Lionel, Ethel, and John Barrymore, and the great-grandfather of actress Drew Barrymore.
Incidentally, Drew Barrymore's first name came from the head of the touring company, John Drew. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Thanks, Dakota. For more information, visit fortheoldwest.com.